All right, time for some Bible talk. So we're gonna take this to Acts chapter 26, and the context is that pretty much Paul he's out there doing his thing, spreading the gospel. Just doing what Paul calls him to do. You got people accusing him of doing something that gets one of the, I guess you can say, the feds of that era to plot to kill him. All right, cool. Now we in the era of where Paul has to pretty much defend himself, and he tells, and I'll give you a little rundown from 26 verses 1 to, what is that, 23. It's Paul talking about how he saw what his mission, the vision God gave him, the objective God told him to go take on, okay? And he explained pretty much a lot of details about how he went out to Damascus and he saw God in a vision. And here, let's see here. So, what is this? Chapter 14. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? Is this useful for you to fight against my will? Who are you, Lord? I asked. And the Lord replied, I am Jesus for the one you're persecuting. Now get to your feet, for I have visited you to appoint you as my servant. You are to tell the world that what you have seen and what I will show you in the future, and I will rescue you from both your own people and Gentiles. Yes, I am sending you to the Gentiles to open their eyes so they may turn to darkness. They will receive forgiveness for the sins and given a place among God's people. And so, King Agrippa, I obeyed that vision. So yeah, you can see he was given a vision and he obeyed it. What could possibly go wrong? Now here's the insane part of this verse. Right after he finishes himself, the guy Festus, he says, Paul, you are insane. Too much of study has made you crazy? I'm not insane, most excellent Festus. What am I saying is sower truth. And battery. And King Agrippa, I lost. King Agrippa knows about these things. I spake boldly, for I am sure these events are all familiar to him. They were not done in a corner. King Agrippa, do you believe in the prophets? I know you do. Agrippa, interrupted him. Do you think you could persuade me to become a Christian so quickly? Whether quickly or not, I pray to God that both you and everyone here, audience, might both become the same I am, except for these chains. The king, Governor Bernus, all the others stood and left. As I went out, they talked it over and agreed. This man has done anything to deserve death or imprisonment. Hasn't done anything, death or imprisonment. And Agrippa said to Festus, he could have he could have been set free if he ever appealed to Caesar. Pretty much, you see, where I can get this is that this is pretty much how some people, when you're really that deep into your walk with Christ and you get like set to do this stuff, people are gonna look at you crazy. Simple as that. You know, see God in the vision. All right, we are. Well, we now that I believe, I can now fully assure that that can happen. Ready for that to happen, and yeah. So a few things I want to take out is pretty much, if God calls you to do something, please do it. It's for the better. God calls you to do something, do it. Another thing, another thing, like always be ready to defend yourself. Always be ready to defend your faith. Cause see, if Paul was to not be there, not be ready for anything that comes at him in terms of people trying to bring him down from his faith, he would have been assassinated or annihilated or whatever word you can use. That's a lot. So yeah. So yeah, Acts chapter 26 verse 24, arguably one of the most insane stories I've ever heard. So yeah, and I'm probably gonna either do 27 tomorrow or tap in and do it tonight. So yeah, that's Bible talk. Y'all have a good night.